How you doing,
We're
Coach?
joined
How you
by
doing?
Timbers head coach Phil Neville. We'll start with questions in English and then go
It's a
to
bit warmer,
Spanish.
guys, eh?
Yeah,
It's a bit warmer, eh? Dear me.
Just whoever wants to start off, go ahead.
That was a shock in midweek. Anyway, sorry.
Phil, how has this preseason kind of been different to some of the ones you've run in the past?
It's been colder, that's for sure. No, it's been. I think the first 7 days are always. Because you're getting players back from 2 months off. We've got a couple of visa issues in the squad, so players are coming back on different days. You've got to manage the loading. You want to work them hard, but you want to be really sensible in terms of sort of like the build in terms of the work that we're doing. And today you obviously saw the 11v11 today. It was the first probably full competitive, full pitch game that we've played, and you could see the excitement in the team. I was really excited to see them play. We're only 7 to 10 days into a new relationship, so we're all getting to know each other. But what I would say that their attitudes, their commitment, their concentration, their endeavour to do everything that I've wanted them to do has been absolutely outstanding, and I'm really pleased with the work that we've done so far.
Phil Vander wasn't around. Is he doing anything special? He's not in town. He's going to join you later.
Yeah, hopefully he's going to join us ASAP. He's going through the green card process and visa process, and that's probably the one frustration that we've had, and is that we obviously. Our special player's not with us, but he's going to be back with us soon, maybe for Phoenix for the trip to Arizona. Without doubt, he'll be here for Coachella. So I think the important thing is that he's nearing the end of his green card process, which means he's not obviously an international player then, which frees up more spots in the team. He's training 2-3 times a day in Brazil with his personal trainer. We've been contacting him every single day. I think I've spoke to Evander more than I've spoke to my wife over the last month. So we've got a really good relationship, and he's going to come back probably in the fittest shape that he's been in for a long time.
The roster that is listed for the preseason has Ivasic in it. I think just is need to be because of the contract situation, but. Can someone assume that he's not in the plans of the team right now?
Well, I think with you can see, I think we've got more goalkeepers and outfield players at this moment in time. Memo's got a lot of work to do up there with the goalkeepers. Aliau's been outstanding since he's come back in terms of his attitude. He knows. I think we both know the solution. We both know the situation here with Aliau. But I'd say that his professionalism, his work has been great, and. Like I say, we've got 3 new goalkeepers as well, with Trey, with Max, and with James, who have all been outstanding, alongside Hunter, who's made a real big impression on me. I think he's worked over the off season. He's been abroad. He's been working with clubs in Europe, and you can see that he's come back. He's grown, not in terms of his size, because he doesn't need to grow anymore, but he's definitely grown in terms of his confidence and belief.
Coach, what's been some of the differences from Inter Miami coming to this organization? Any real differences coming over?
I've got to say that the way that I've been accepted within the building and the care that they've done for me and my family has been as good as I've ever had in football. And I've been at some of the biggest clubs in the world, and the care and the attention and just the way that they've looked after me, myself, and I know that some of my new staff have felt it as well, has been really, really top draw. And I think that the gut feeling I had a month ago when I took the job has just been made stronger by the way and the feeling that I've had, not just within the club but within the city. I walk around the city. I'm living in the city at this moment in time, downtown, and I love it down there. It feels like home already, and the players. What I found with the players is that. I asked certain things of them in the off season, and they've all come back and they've all delivered. And there's a real thirst for development. There's a real thirst to improve. We've got some outstanding young players, and I'm really excited about how far this team can grow.
One of those young players is Sawyer. I mean, what have you thought of him so far? The homegrown
Yeah.
kid from Oregon. Yeah,
well, I'd say that he's probably, I just said to Merritt, the owner, he's probably one of the nicest players I've ever coached in terms of he's a Portland Timbers through and through. When they cut him open, it's green. His blood is green without a shadow of a doubt. I look at certain characteristics in players, and being a really outstanding person is probably on the top of the list, and he's been incredible the way that he shakes your hand. He's so respectful. I think he's got a big future. He's got a lot to learn. There's a lot of development there. But I think with what we've got planned ahead, he's going to get opportunities in pre-season. He's obviously got a big year in the T2 as well coming up because he's still young, but he's made a good impression so far.
Phil, you mentioned the new goalkeepers. Kamal Miller's also come in.
Yeah.
Just wanted to get your thoughts on where you think the state of the roster is and potential new incomings, where those are at.
Yeah, well, I think we've obviously made 3 goalkeepers plus Kamal. I also count Eric Williamson and David Ayala as new signings. They've been out for so long, so I think you know, because they're going to be really good players for us, big players for us. So I think we're in a really good place in terms of the roster. I think there's 2 or 3 spaces that still can be filled, and we still need some depth in certain positions. And I suppose that the big thing is that we need that special player as well to join us, and we're working really hard at bringing in a DP player. I think my experience in the last 2 or 3 years in the MLS is that the DPs are the difference makers. We've got an outstanding one at this moment in time, but we're really keen to add another one before the season starts, and hopefully that will bring us more success.
Is there a
And
position?
with Eric and David, where are they at fitness-wise as they come back?
Yeah, well, you saw this morning in the game, they only played the first period, 15-20 minutes, and Eric is slightly ahead of David, about 3 to 4 weeks ahead. They've both been working like animals in the off-season, and in terms of physical fitness, they're probably ahead of the team, but it's about integrating them back into the competitive side, and with Eric, in particular, because he's coming off the back of 2 ACLs, is that we're gonna take the long road. We want him fit for the next 4, 5, 6 years and for the rest of his career, not just for the next 6 weeks. And they're both going to be playing minutes in Phoenix at the weekend. And I want them both ready to compete for a place on the first day of the season against Colorado. I think that is the aim, and that's the aim of the players as well. They are absolutely hungry to be part of this team.
In training today, you're playing with the back 3 with Zach, Dario, and Kamal. Is that something you want to experiment with through preseason and going into the regular season, or do you want to kind of stick to your traditional 4-3-3?
Yeah, well, one team played back 4, one team played a back 3. So I think football nowadays there is a fluidity and adaptability with systems in football. I think within games there are many system changes. I think with Kamal coming in, it gives us the great option to play in 3 and a 4. You know, having a centre back that plays on that left hand side with a left foot is, I think, massive. And I think what we've seen over the last 3 days is that I think he's blown everyone away with his quality, and it's not just his quality, it's his leadership. And you know, I think what you'll see this year, you'll see a fluid system, and that not necessarily will be one system in general.
And you talked about a DP signing. Is there a certain position that the club has identified in which they're looking for?
Well, I think we need forward player. I think whether that's a wide player or a forward, I think we're looking for a DP forward that can make a difference, that can score goals, that can provide goals, that can be a match winner on his day. And I think we're working really hard day in, day out with the team upstairs, and you know, we're in a good place.
One more question.
With the signings of Kamal and Kripo, and also re-signing Eric Miller, how important is prior MLS experience to you?
Yeah, well, I think when I came in, I think if you look at the signings with Max and Kamal in particular, I think the balance of the squad needed to be readdressed a little bit in terms of players that have played in the MLS, players that have won in the MLS, players that have got that game knowledge in the MLS, because it's an 11-month season. You know, it is literally a marathon, the MLS season, with everything that goes with it. So we need players that have been on the journey before, and you know, I think that the next couple, maybe 2 or 3 signings will show that we're still rebalancing in that respect. We've got good experience in the squad. We've now added 2 or 3 leaders to the squad, which we needed, and I think that balance between the outstanding young players that we've got, and bearing in mind there was no Mosquera or Evander here today, we're in a really healthy position in terms of the roster.
We're going to wrap it there with Coach. Thank you for your time.
Thanks
And we'll
guys.
get